Christian Kids Automation.
Hello, kids! Welcome to Christian Kids Animation. Today we'll see how God made the world, from light on day 1 to rest on day 7. Let's watch and praise God together. Let us go way back in time, back to the very beginning before animals, people, or even stars existed. Can you imagine that? There was nothing, just darkness. But guess what? God was there, and He had a wonderful plan to create a beautiful world. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, but the earth was all empty. No trees, no birds, not even colors. It was dark, like closing your eyes at night. But wait, something amazing was about to happen. God's Spirit was gently moving over the deep waters. Swoosh, swoosh, whoosh. Then suddenly God spoke. He said, "Let there be light." And boom, bright, beautiful light appeared. It lit up the world with golden sunshine and warm rays. God looked at the light and smiled. He said, "This is good." Then God gave the light a name. He called it day, and the darkness, He called it night. So now we have day and night just like you see every day. And there was evening, and there was morning. That was the first day of creation. Wow! Isn't God amazing? And guess what? That was just the beginning. On day 2, He had a brand new idea. God saw the waters below the sky and said, "Let there be a space between the waters to separate the water below from the water above." And just like that, whoosh! God made a great big space between the waters. Water stayed below, and more water floated way up high like clouds in the sky. This huge space God created was special, so He gave it a name. He called it sky. Now there was a beautiful, wide open sky where birds would one day fly and rain would fall to help plants grow. The sky was big blue and full of fluffy clouds, just like we see today. And there was evening, and there was morning. That was the second day of creation. Isn't it amazing what God made in just 2 days? And there's more coming. Oceans, land, stars, animals, and even you. So stay tuned. God has just getting started. In the beginning, the whole world was covered in water. There were no mountains, no beaches, and no grass, just water. Water, water. But God had a wonderful plan. God said, "Let the water under the sky be gathered to one place, and let dry ground appear." And whoosh! The water moved aside with a mighty rush. Sploosh! And dry land rose up. God looked at the land and the seas and smiled. He called the dry ground land and the big waters seas. And God said, "It is good." But God wasn't finished yet. Next, God said, "Let the land produce plants, trees, and all kinds of fruits." And just like that, the land began to sparkle and bloom. Up came green grass, tall trees, colorful flowers, and juicy fruits. There were apples with seeds inside, giant sunflowers with golden petals, plump grapes hanging from vines, and even delicious bananas and watermelons. The land was now full of color, life, and yummy things to eat. God saw all the plants, the trees, and the fruit, and He said again, "It is good." Then the sun went down, the sky turned dark, and the twinkly stars came out. It was the end of the 3rd day, and what a beautiful day it was. let's see what God created on the fourth day of creation. The sky was kind of dark and empty. There was no bright sun shining during the day, no glowing moon lighting up the night, and no twinkling stars to wish upon. But God had a brilliant idea, a super sparkly sky makeover. God said, "Let there be lights in the sky to separate the day from the night." And just like that flash, whoosh, the sky lit up. First, God made a big, bright sun to shine during the day. It made the earth warm and bright, perfect for playing, growing flowers, and dancing in the sunshine. Then, God made a soft, glowing moon to light up the night. It was just right for bedtime stories, cuddles, and sweet dreams under the stars. But wait, he wasn't done yet. God sprinkled the sky with millions of stars, sparkly, shiny, winky stars like glitter across the sky. Some twinkled, some blinked, and some zoomed like tiny shooting lights. God placed all the lights perfectly in the sky to shine on the earth, to tell time, and to mark special days and seasons. He looked at his work and smiled. "It is good," he said, and there was evening, and there was morning. That was the fourth day of creation. Isn't God's creation amazing? The next day is even more exciting, don't miss it. Now let's see what God created on the fifth day of creation. On the fifth day of creation, God had a special plan for the skies and the seas. He looked at the wide, deep ocean and said with joy, "Let the water be filled with life." And just like that, the water began to bubble and splash. Great big whales swam through the waves. Tiny colorful fish darted between coral reefs. Squids squiggled, dolphins danced, and jellyfish gently floated by. The ocean came alive with all kinds of creatures, big and small, fast and slow, shiny and spotted. God made each one special. Then God looked up at the bright blue sky and smiled. He said, "Let birds fly above the earth across the sky." And suddenly, flap, flap, wings fluttered everywhere. White doves soared gently. Parrots showed off their rainbow feathers. Eagles stretched their mighty wings across the clouds. And teeny tiny hummingbirds zipped from flower to flower. The sky became a fluttery, feathery festival. God saw the flying birds and the swimming sea creatures and said, "It is good." Then he blessed them and said, "Be fruitful and grow. Fill the oceans with sea creatures. Fill the skies with birds." And so they did. The fish swam happily in schools. And the birds chirped songs in the trees. It was a joyful, splashy, flappy kind of day. And that, kids, was the fifth day of creation. And there was evening, and there was morning, the fifth day. Hi kids, I'm so happy you've come this far. Now let's move on to day 6 of creation, when God made amazing new things. On the 6th day, God looked at the land and said, "Let the earth be filled with animals." And guess what? It happened just like that. The land began to shake and move as animals of every kind appeared. There were cows mooing, lions roaring, dogs barking, and even tiny ants marching along the ground. There were wild animals in the forests, farm animals in the fields, and crawling critters in the dirt. God made each one special just the way He wanted. And God saw the animals and said, "It is good." But God wasn't finished yet. Now came the most special part of creation. God said, "Let us make people, humans in our image, to be like us." So God made the very first man and the very first woman. They were created in God's image, full of love, creativity, and joy. He made them to care for the animals, the land, and the sea. God blessed them and said, "Have a big family, fill the earth and take care of it. Rule over the fish in the sea, the birds in the sky, and every animal on the land." Then God looked around at the trees and plants and said, "I give you all the plants with seeds and all the fruit trees for food." And he gave the green plants to the animals too. So now, everyone had something to eat, people and animals alike. Finally, God looked at everything he had made, the sun and moon, the land and sea, the animals and people, and he smiled and said, "It is very good." And there was evening, and there was morning the sixth day. Hi kids, you have done an amazing job following the creation story. Now we come to the seventh day, the last day, when God rested after all his wonderful work. After 6 marvelous days, God had finished his beautiful work. The bright sun was shining. The birds were singing in the sky. The fish were swimming in the seas. The animals were walking on land. And Adam and Eve stood in the garden God made for them. Everything was very good. Then came the seventh day. On the seventh day, something special happened. God did not make new plants. God did not create new animals. God did not shape new stars. Instead, God rested. Not because God was tired, but because his work was complete. God looked at everything he made and smiled. God made the seventh day a special day. A day to rest, a day to be peaceful, a day to remember God's love and goodness. On this day, the world was calm and quiet. No new animals were made. No new stars were placed in the sky. Just peace, just joy, just love. God blessed the seventh day and said, "This day is holy." Thank you so much for watching our creation story. We learned how God made light and darkness, the sky and seas, the land and plants, the sun, moon, and stars, the birds and fish, the animals and people, and how God rested on the seventh day. Everything God made was good, and God made it all with love. If you enjoyed learning about God's beautiful creation, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share our videos with your friends and family, so more children can learn about God and his wonderful world. Thank you for watching, and we can't wait to see you in the next video. God bless you. Bye for now.
Christian Kids Automation.